Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Thank you so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel. My name is Timothy Keim. I'm a 30-year yoga practitioner. I've been teaching for over 20 years, and I'm also an IAYT, that's International Association of Yoga Therapists, certified yoga therapist. And my last video, to which this is a sequel, was about healing and curing Crohn's disease. Crohn's disease is my family disease, and it's been 18 years since I've had an episode. So I call myself cured. I walked you through a little bit about that in an outline of how I cured myself. And one of the most important factors in my cure from Crohn's disease was yoga and learning how to breathe and learning how to access the parasympathetic nervous system. We live in a very competitive society. Success is always uppermost in our minds. So we're often always cycling into the fight, flight, freeze, go, go, go active part of our nervous system, the sympathetic or the yang part of our nervous system. And we've forgotten how to experience the rest and digest, or as I like to refer to it, the part of our nervous system where we can truly relax and gain deep rest, which is a place of healing. And that is how I healed myself. Of course, I used great food. I learned to cook. This has been quite a journey. It took me 25 years to figure this out, but now there are people like me and others who have walked this path, and I'm now able to support you in any way that you feel like you need support. So I just wanted to do a short video today about some general yoga poses and how to use the breath to experience and to access the parasympathetic nervous system. So what I do when I usually begin my practice is just do a little bit of loosening up and just doing some reaching across the body, this kind of standing in place, walking. Reach across the body, opposite arm, opposite leg. I often see people doing this, but you want to reach across your body. So when the left arm comes across, it's the right knee that's lifting up, and vice versa. So just a way to begin to mobilize the hips, the pelvis, the back, and to massage the gut, because every time your leg comes up, you're massaging the colon and the small intestine as well. So after a few of those, I'll stretch a little bit to the sides. Again, working through the intercostal muscles here in the side body, loosening up the back. I'll do them a little bit longer than this, but I just wanted to give you an idea of the things I do to begin loosening up my body, and some dynamic twisting. So one of the first poses I want to introduce you to is a simple pose that I call the day at the beach pose, where you simply lie down. It's been sort of rainy here in Cleveland. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, at one of my favorite metro parks. This is Forest Hills Park. I live nearby here, so this is one of my favorite parks. So just lying down like this, just like you're on the beach. Now what I want you to feel is the breath in your belly. Feel your breath, your diaphragmatic breath, pushing into the earth, into your mat. Feel the belly fill up with breath and rise to the top of the lungs under the collarbones. Feel the breath move all the way down into the pelvic floor and then rise through your navel, through your solar plexus, through your heart, and under the collarbones. Now, learning how to, and to be comfortable with sighing. When I teach a yoga class, a few of my students will sigh, but some I think are a little bit inhibited. So I just want you, in the comfort and the safety of your own home, just to draw a full diaphragmatic breath And sigh it out. Use that syllable ah. Really feel and embody this sense of we do it without even thinking. It's something that is second nature to us, and we may not even notice it. So now beginning to use your diaphragmatic breath and your sigh consciously to release tension in your body. Feel the breath massaging your abdominal organs with each inhalation and exhalation. Now let's come up with our elbows right underneath our shoulders. Palms flat. Bringing the feet together and pulling backward with the arms. So sort of grounding through your forearms, your wrists, and your elbows as you look forward and bring your heart forward. And feel the breath in your belly and your back. So you're getting a nice stretch through your belly, a nice gentle stretch. Feel the breath burrow into your belly. Feel the massaging action of the breath. What I would tell you is that your breath is your own personal massage therapist. Now, I love a good massage as much as anybody, but no massage therapist can do the things that your breath can do while you're practicing these yoga postures. So feel the breath in your belly. Feel it also in your lower back. You may feel it other places as well. We're all a little bit different. We all have a head, 2 arms, and 2 legs generally. But after that, we're all very unique and individual. So feel the stretching of your belly, of the organs beneath your navel, beneath the pubic bone, deep into the pelvic bowl, all the way into the pelvic floor as you pull back and reach forward. 3, 2, 1. So let's take this pose back by taking the knees wide. Ants like to crawl on my mat out here, but I love to practice outside. So taking the knees wide and settling into this child's pose. And again, feeling the deep massaging action of your breath into the belly, into the groin, where we have 2 clusters, one on each side, of lymph nodes that are receiving a great compression and massage here. The back is stretching. The front part of the body is compressed with the breath. The back part of the body is stretching. So the kidneys and the adrenal glands are getting a good stretch, while the breath is massaging the internal organs, namely your large intestine and your small intestine, as the diaphragmatic breath pushes down into the abdominal cavity. So practice your sigh here. Take the breath deeply into your belly. Feel again, and you're going to hear me use this word a lot, feel the breath burrowing into your belly. And you can hold any of these poses, sustain these poses as long as you want, because I teach what I call comfortable engagement yoga, which means I want you to be comfortable in all of your poses. So 3 of the guidelines of comfortable engagement yoga are: gentleness is the path to strength. All that no pain, no gain stuff is for people who are willing to risk injury. If you cannot smile while you're practicing, then you're working too hard. If your face is tense with effort, you're working too hard. So relax in your pose. Find that balance of yin and yang, activity and rest. And finally, you don't have to knock yourself out to live in a well-conditioned body. And rise. Let's bring our wrists right beneath the shoulders and knees, right beneath. Maybe you can see this pose better with a side view. So again, wrists in this table position, wrists right under your shoulders, knees right under your hips, and inhaling into this concave cow pose, so cow pose. Exhaling into your convex cat pose, pushing the breath out with your abdominal muscles and going back and forth. Inhaling deeply. Feel the breath stretching your belly, stretching the tissues of your intestines. Exhaling. Push the breath out with your abdominal muscles and compress those parts of your body, your anatomy that you were just stretching. Push the breath out with your abdominal muscles. Push, 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 gently but thoroughly. Bring the muscles up from the pelvic floor as well. Those, what one of my students called the bathroom muscles. So those muscles that we use to control our elimination. Pushing into cat pose and using those muscles to compress and draw the muscles up from the pelvic floor, then releasing them and coming into this cow pose once again as you inhale fully. Feel the deep compression in the low back. Now let's lie down on our backs. For a very simple movement called windshield wiper legs. So I'm over to my right side, so I'm going to push into my left foot a little bit to really engage all through the front of my thigh, up into the groin and the belly. And then over to the other side and push into my right foot. Of course, from the camera, I've noticed that it shows up as the opposite. So I do know my right from my left. It just may not look like it in the camera. And I love to practice outside, as I hope you will learn to do, as I'm looking up into the canopy of this beautiful maple tree, silver maple, out here in Forest Hills Park in Cleveland Heights. So feel the stretch of your belly as you inhale into the pose. Move to the other side, inhale deeply, exhale. And just keep going back and forth. You can do this as long as you like. Perhaps you have just a few moments to practice in the morning or evening or afternoon. Take whatever time you have. The longer you practice and the more engaged you are with your diaphragmatic breath, the more relaxed you're going to become. Now let's bring the knees right here. And again, this would probably be better if I show it to you on this side. So lying back with the feet under your knees and rising up into bridge pose. Your hands and arms may be along your side like this, or you may, if you like, clasp your hands beneath you and roll your shoulder blades underneath. Your choice. Make yourself comfortable. Now breathe deeply. And what I hope you'll feel here is this inversion for your gut. The tissues of your gut now are moving with gravity. They're moving towards your diaphragm with gravitational pull, but to be met by your breath. So as they hang from the connective tissue from the sides of your abdominal wall, they're now being massaged in a completely different way as you breathe deeply. And you can hear the red-winged blackbirds out here today. They're very active right now. They're all looking for mates. So take the breath deeply into the belly and into the back also. You can feel this deep massage in your back. So this is a wonderful pose if you have back pain as well, from forward bending injuries or from being sedentary. Take the breath deeply into your belly and back. Sigh your breath out. Sustain the pose for as long as you like, and then come down one vertebra at a time. Do a few more windshield wiper legs. So this is just a beginning kind of yoga therapy routine as you begin your yoga practice. Now, allow your left leg to be long. Bring that right knee and thigh right up into your ribs. So what's happening here anatomically is you're bringing this massaging pressure down into your ascending colon and part of the transverse colon. And as you breathe into the pose, you meet the compression of your leg with the compression of your breath. And this delivers a very gentle but thorough and effective massage into your belly, into those inflamed tissues, into the gut where, by the way, we make some very important neurotransmitters. 90 to 95% of our serotonin is produced right here in the gut. So just releasing your breath, steering the breath right into your gut. Feel that deep compression and massage, and then release. What we do to one side, we do to the other. As my old high school algebra teacher, Mr. Ayers, would remind us, to create balance, yin and yang. We already know how to express our sympathetic nervous system, so now we learn to get into the parasympathetic rest and digest and heal. So breathing deeply, this time into the descending colon and part of the transverse colon. Also into the pancreas and spleen. So delivering a wonderful massage into the belly. The benefit of this pose, gravity, and your breath. Sustain these poses for as long as you like and really get that sense of another wonderful thing to do is now that we've done each side, we can bring both. Oh, here comes a helicopter. I'll meet you on the other side of this. Some people insist on a quiet and sterile kind of atmosphere like a studio, but I really love to practice outside, so a few minutes of noise really doesn't bother me. I hope it doesn't bother you. But I love to hear the wind in the trees. I love to hear the birds. I love to look up into the canopy of this tree, so I'm doing a bit of forest bathing at the same time as I enjoy, because mostly what I'm hearing is the birds. So you can bring your knees up into your ribs like this, and if you can, you might want to wrap your arms around and pull in gently. And again, breathing deeply and feeling this wonderful massaging wave of your breath moving through your gut all the way into your gluteus muscles, into the pelvic floor. Steer and guide the breath deeply into your gut, and then so I'd love for you to use the sigh on every exhalation. Sighing helps us to release tension, stress, trauma. Trauma and stress and tension reside or live in our tissues, in our organs, our glands, our muscles, our bones, our tendons, our ligaments, in the deep fascia. So send the breath through those tissues and release. And feel with each inhalation how the breath pushes into your organs. And then as you exhale, feel that deep relaxation. Another thing I would offer you here is that when you come down to the bottom of your breath, you may suspend your breath for a few moments and lie completely still. No motion, no breath. And feel the depth of stillness. So nice full breath and then and then releasing. And you can go ahead and do a few more windshield wiper legs if you like. But this is sort of like the yin practice that I teach every week at Lotus Flower Yoga Collective on Lee Road near Cedar, in that Cedar Lee area. It's down the street from the Cedar Lee Theater. And in yin yoga, we sustain our poses for minutes at a time, really relaxing and releasing into them. So a last pose, because I don't want to make this video too long, is just a very simple seated forward bend. Feet together, reaching up. Exhale. Now, wherever your hands come to your shins, your ankles, your toes, wherever that is, and then reach forward with your chest and lengthen the backs of your legs, and then bend forward. And here again, you can feel the burrowing of your breath right into your belly. Feel the stretch in your back. Allow your head to let go and your chin to hover right above your sternum. And just let everything go. Any thoughts about yesterday, today, or tomorrow? This is your own personal oasis for a few moments. So just let everything go. It'll be there to meet you when we finish our practice. But by then, perhaps you'll have a completely new perspective on how to work with your life and the things that challenge you. Because you'll be working from your parasympathetic nervous system in this place of rest and healing and creativity and boundless imagination. So breathe deeply. Allow gravity to pull your body down towards your legs. You don't have to try. You don't have to pull. This is a pose of no effort whatsoever. Just allow gravity, the pose, and the breath do the work for you. So you can sustain these poses for as long as feels good to you. And enjoy how gentleness is the path to strength. How being able to smile in total relaxation can help you build not only a fit body, but a completely balanced nervous system, sympathetic, and parasympathetic, so that after our yoga practice, we feel both invigorated but relaxed. That's how you know you've balanced your nervous system. And slowly, just climb out of the pose, hands on your legs, coming back up. Releasing, relaxing. Now you've spent, well, maybe 20, 25 minutes of relaxing your body and your nervous system. So yes, I healed myself of Crohn's disease. Does that make me special? Nope. I was just a young man who inherited a disease, a genetic predisposition, and didn't know what to do. I did not accept that this was an incurable disease, so I started asking questions. I began my journey of discovery, just as you are beginning your journey of discovery right now. You can do this. I'm just a regular, ordinary guy who learned a few things by asking some questions, and you can do the same thing. I'm here also to give you any kind of support that you might need. So there'll be future videos about eating really great, delicious food and about preparing that food, and more yoga videos too, and encouragement along the way. So if this resonated with you today, please give me a like, maybe subscribe to my channel, drop me a comment, and let's begin this journey together. Many blessings to all of you. I recognize and affirm your goodness. See you next time.